Morning students, and once again welcome in our online Python classes. We are doing the second chapter of class 12 syllabus, that is file handling. In our last class we have already learned how to create a file in Python and how to write something in the file and how to read data from the file. In today's class we will discuss different types of options that are available for reading data from a file like read function, readline function, readlines function, and we'll explain all of these procedures with the help of Python program. Thank you. So once again, welcome students. Today we'll be learning about different file functions, especially for reading the content of the file. So in our previous program, we created a file and wrote something in the file, and after that we read the content of the file and printed that. So we have already used one function, which is read, for reading the content of the file. Today we'll be discussing different functions for reading the content of the file. First function is read. Read function is used to read the entire content of the file. What read function does, it reads the entire content of the file and stores it in a particular variable in the form of a string. What readline function does, it reads the entire content of the particular line. That means if you are at the beginning of the file, then readline function will read the content of the first line. If you are in the second line, the readline function will read the content of the second line. If you are at the third character of the third line, say, then readline function will start reading from fourth character and it will go till the end of the third line. That means it will continue reading and read the characters till it gets the new line character. Okay, so this is read line function, and it stores the content that it reads into a variable in the form of a string. And there is another variation of read line function, that is, if we use it like this, read line n, that means we are providing some value, read line 3 or read line 4, any number of character, then what it will do, it will read the first n character of that particular line. It will not read that many lines, it will read the first n characters of that particular line. Okay. So we have discussed about read function, which will read the entire content. Read line will read the content of that particular line. Read line n will read the first n character, it will read, yes, first n character of that particular line. And the last one is read lines. So there are two different functions, one is read line, another one is read lines. Read line we have discussed. Now read lines, what it will do, it will read the lines of the file. Lines of the file means content of different lines in a file, and it will not store it as a string, rather it will convert the read content in a list where each list element is a line. That means if in the file 5 lines are there, read lines will read all those 5 lines and it will store as a list where the list will have 5 elements, each elements will represent a line. So with the help of a Python program, we will understand the difference between these read functions. Okay. Yes. So this is the program. The heading says difference between read, readline, readlines. We'll proceed line by line. The first one is, we have created a function, we have created a variable output, opening lockdown.txt that we have created, output write, hello everyone, hi all, new class. So we have created 3 lines here, and they are separated by new line. So the first line we have created is hello everyone, the second line is hi all, and the third line is new class. And we have closed it. That means writing part is completed. Then we are again opening the file with the help of a input variable. And R mode we are using because we are going to read the content of the file now. So the first one, which is pointed out by this maroon line, please follow it. X equals to input dot read. What it is doing, it is reading the content of the entire file. That means all three different lines it is reading, and it is storing in X. So when we are doing print X, what it is being printed, it is printing hello everyone. In the next line, hi all. In the third line, new class. So this is what read function does. It reads the entire content of the file. Then we have used a function seek. Seek function we'll discuss later. Just a preliminary idea I'm giving. Seek function, because we have completed reading the content, so the file pointer has moved at the end of the file. So again, if we want to read the same content, we need to bring the file pointer back to its initial position. So we are using seek function here. Seek function will enables us to move the file pointer in a particular position. So what it is written, let's read. Seek is a function that moves the file pointer from one place to another place inside the file. Here, after each reading statement, we are basically moving from the initial position. So before we start executing the second read statement, we need to bring back the file position to its initial position. So that's why we are using seek function here. So after the first time we are using this read, please follow the maroon line. We are using seek function. That means after reading the content, we have stored all these three lines in X, and then we are using seek function. So again the file pointer is at the first position of the file. Then we are doing y equals to, please follow the red line here, y equals to input read line. What it is doing, it is just reading the first line. What is the first line? Hello everyone. So that is what is being stored in y. So it is printing, as you can see, pointed out by red line. When we are printing y, it is printing hello everyone. When we are printing x, it is printing all these three lines. While we are printing y, it's printing only hello everyone. Then again we are using seek function to bring the file pointer at the beginning. Then you are using z equals to input dot read line 3. Please follow the green line here. Input dot read line 3. What it is doing, it is just reading the first three characters of the current line, as now the file pointer is in the first line only. So what is the first three characters? The first line is hello everyone. The first three characters is HEL. So that is what it is reading when we are using read line 3, and that is being stored in Z. So when we are printing Z, follow the green line please. It is printing HEL. Then the last one, again we are using seek function to move the file pointer at the beginning. Then we are writing W equals to input read lines. What read lines function does? Read lines function read the content of the file, converts it into a list. So W is not a string, W is a list, where each line is representing a list element. That means we are having three lines here. Hello everyone is the first line, hi all is the second line, new class is the third line. So in W is a list. There will be three list elements. As you can see in the output, a list is being printed. The first element is hello everyone, which is the first line. The second element is hi all, which is the second line, and the last element is new class, which is the last line. So these are the difference between read line in bracket some character, within bracket some character, and the last one is read lines. These four different read functions are there. So if we need to summarize now, to read the entire content, read function is to be used. Here we have used x equals to open file name file mode. We know how to open a file now, and x equals to in.read. Now in is, some mistake is here, it will be, the first one, x will be replaced by in. In equals to open file name file mode, and x equals to in read. That means the entire content of the file will be stored in x. Then another new thing we are going to learn here, if we need to read the file word by word, what to do? If we need to read the file word by word, first we need to read the content of the file, x equals to in.read. Then we are using a new function which is split. What is that? Y equals to x dot split. What split function is doing? Please listen to this carefully. Split function you need to understand. Split function takes a string as input. So here y equals to x dot split, the input is x, and convert it into a list where each list element is separated by w. What is w? W can be any character. So if we are providing w equals to @, then the entire content will be converted into a list where each list element will be separated by @, and produces a list where each element is a word. So if we do not provide anything in the round bracket of split, by default it takes blank space, and as an output it produces a list where each element is a word. So let's explain it a bit with the help of a program. Yes, reading a file word by word. So the first three lines we have discussed already. We are creating a file lockdown.txt. We are writing in the file hello everyone, hi all, new class, and we are closing. So the writing part is over. This already been discussed in the previous class. Now what we are doing, input equals to open lockdown.txt r. So we are again opening the file for reading the content of it. Then x equals to input read. Follow the read line. First, the entire content of the file will be read and stored in x. That means x is a string. As a string in x, the entire content of the file will be stored. Then we are doing y, a new variable we have taken, y equals to x dot split. Now split is taking x as input. We know that split function takes a string as input and produces a list as output. Split function will take x as input, follow the green line. Split function will take x as input and will produce a list y where each word of the file will be the list element. So if we print y, see what happens inside y. It took the entire thing hello everyone, hi all, new class as a string as input, and when it's producing output after split, it is giving hello. So as you can see, this is a list definitely. So y is a list. So split function is producing a list where each element is a word because they are separated by space. So in this case, in split function, as you can see, we have not provided any parameter inside the round bracket. So it is taking blank space by default and producing a list where each element is a word. So the output is hello everyone, hi all, new class. So this is how it is being stored inside y. So what split function does, it takes the input, the entire content of the file, and produces a list where each input is a word of the file. Okay, so let's see the next one. To summarize, want to read the whole content at a time, use read function. Want to read only n characters, use readline within bracket n. Want to read the file word by word, use read followed by split, like what we have done in last program. Want to read the file line by line, use read lines. Extremely sorry, it is read lines, not read line. Use read lines or use read followed by split. And here, program to find number of uppercase letters in a file. So this kind of many program comes in, they are given in CBSE sample paper as well, that will be following. So if we need to find the number of uppercase letters in a file, how we'll proceed with our program. So first 3 line, again we are writing inside the file, we are opening a file, creating a file new.txt. Then we are writing inside file hello let's see, and we are closing. So opening file, write the content in the file. Then again y equals to open new.txt r. So we are opening the file again for reading. Okay. Then r equals to y dot read. Reading the content of the file and storing the entire content inside R. So R is having in the form of a string the entire content of the file. So inside R there is hello let's see. So next what we are doing, we need to find out number of uppercase letter. So we have taken a count variable, count equals to 0 for I in R. R is the string which is having the entire content of the file. Then we are checking for each I, because we have put it inside the for loop. If I dot is upper, count equals to count plus 1. So if it is uppercase, we are just increasing the value of count variable, and at the end of the loop, outside the loop, we are printing number of uppercase letter is count. And it is printing number of uppercase letter 3, as we have given hello let's see, we have given H, L and S as capital. So this is how to find the number of uppercase letters in a file. Similarly, you can find out number of A, number of B, number of vowels, number of T, number of blank spaces, number of @ in a file. Next one, program to find number of words in a file. We know to find out number of words or to read a file word by word, we need to use read function followed by split function. So that's what we are going to do here. So the same program, first 3 line we have not changed at all. Then y equals to open new text r. We are again opening the file for reading. Then r equals to y dot read. Follow the violet line. The content of file are stored in R as string. So what is stored in R? Hello let's see, the entire thing. Then s equals to, s is a new variable that we have taken, r dot split. The content of R will be taken as input, and as an output it will be converted in a list and will be stored in S, where each element of the list is a word. So what will be stored in S? Hello will be the first element of S. Let's will be the second element, which is the second word, and C will be the third element, which is the third word. So S will be a list where each element is one word. So how to find out number of words? So we are simply using len function. You can do it with the help of loop also. So we are simply using len function, count equals to len s. So it will find out number of words, count. So as there are total 3 words, it's giving output number of words 3. So this is how to you need to read a file words by words. So there is an assignment for you as well. Write a program to read the content of a file and print the number of s from the file. So simply open the file, write something, close it, again open the file, read the content with the help of read function, then with the help of for loop find out number of s from the file. And the second question is, write a program to read the content of a file and print the number of words that starts with A. Please try to do this program yourself, because in the last program we have done how to find the number of words, so you know how to read the file word by word, and then you just examine each word whether it's starting with A or not. If you have any problem doing this program, please let me know, it will be solved for you. So I hope this class is helpful for you. So thank you very much.